What comment do I have to make on events taking place in Sudan at this present time? The target is Egypt. The target is Egypt. Why is Egypt the target? Because someone changed the Torah and wrote into the Torah that the Holy Land extends from the river of Egypt to the river Euphrates. So that entire part of Egypt from the river Nile to the Red Sea, it's called the Eastern Delta, belongs to Israel. The reason why they put this as part of the Holy Land is because the Jews lived in the Eastern Delta for a few hundred years when Joseph, Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam, was in Egypt. In order for Israel to take the Eastern Delta, you'll need more than simply an aerial attack and bombardment. You need a ground invasion. You need a ground invasion. But Egypt is a big country, and Egypt will respond ferociously. So you need a multi-pronged attack on Egypt. And that's why they got this bogus Zionist jihad. This bogus Zionist jihad to infiltrate into Libya to overthrow the Libyan government. And don't come to me with this rubbish that I am a supporter of Gaddafi. Take that rubbish and throw it into a garbage bin. I've never been a supporter of Gaddafi, and I'm not a supporter of him now, so take that rubbish and throw it into a garbage bin. The Zionist jihad from Saudi Arabia, that version of Islam, entered into Libya, supported and armed by Turkey, supported and armed by Saudi Arabia and Qatar and by the Zionists and by NATO, to overthrow the regime in Libya. And when they succeeded, Libya became a NATO state. You can't get NATO out of Libya for the next 25 years. So when the attack is launched on Egypt, there'll be a ground invasion from the east, Israel. There'll be a ground invasion from the west, Libya. NATO will attack from the west. And what about the south? What about the south? Now you can understand why they went fishing in the south, fanning the flames of sectarian warfare in Sudan, actively intervening. The Anglo-American alliance and the Zionists actively intervening in southern Sudan to fan the flames of sectarian warfare, and then finally forcing upon the government in Sudan to do what it just did. So southern Sudan is now an independent state. So when the attack is launched, you have to destabilize northern Sudan or Sudan. And so the attack is going to come from all three sides, ground invasion, from the south, from the east, and from the west. And from the Mediterranean you'll have a naval blockade and naval bombardment. I don't see how Egypt can even stand a chance.